creatures from the world of the undead.
The most bizarre.
Devil worship, Satanism, black magic, or witchcraft. Zodiac killer.
All lights go out and the monsters are released from their coffins.
Now, prepare yourself for the most gruesome and grotesque experience of them all. The Creeporama.
Like, we should do a documentary about you guys going on tour, and I'll just go on tour with you. And he just like gets drunk and causes fucking mayhem and gets "I trust you to kill me" tattooed on his arm in Icelandic runes to remember what this like trip was all about.
So
and I was like, there's parts of
it's a
you where
documentary.
no, it's a documentary. It's an actual
legit,
band.
yeah.
So
and
it's
Kiefer was just like,
Kiefer.
I want to tell people about this band. Let's make a movie. And I worked at Blockbuster when it came out on DVD, and we got one copy of it. And I was like, Kiefer Sutherland, I'm going to watch this. And I watched it. I was like, this is incredible. And I started telling everybody about it, and I bought it. And then I went out and I bought the album from the band, and it's great.
Yeah, it's really
But
good
yeah,
album.
he's insane. I could definitely see him being a loose cannon who probably upsets people, or if he's in a mood, is not fun to be around. But I think for the most part, Kiefer's just like pretty rad.
The most well-known clip from it that is gone kind of viral is they're in like a hotel like lobby, and it's Christmas time, and I'm assuming he's ripped, and he's just like,
you mean drunk, not like yeah, because I can't really.
I mean, he's kind of ripped.
ripped.
He's Kiefer Sutherland. He's
cut.
a little ripped. He's kind of cut.
Yeah,
he's a little ripped. Well,
Yeah, he just never
you know what?
jumped
In
out
this
at
moment, he
Yeah.
is ripped, and you'll see why.
Okay.
And he looks at the camera and he's like, I forget what he says. He's like, and then just full speed spears a fucking Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, it's so good.
He says something, it's similar to like you only live once or something,
Yeah,
but it's like talking about making memories or whatever. And then, he just
fully,
dive bombs
Whoa!
the Christmas tree in the hotel lobby. And I'm like,
Dude, could
all
you
right.
imagine working at that hotel and having to be the one to calm down a completely drunk Kiefer Sutherland?
Yeah.
Dude, you can't tackle the Christmas tree.
Mr.
Okay?
Sutherland.
I loved you in Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Leave the Christmas tree alone. No.
Mr. Sutherland.
No.
Mr. Sutherland.
Flatliners so good, but I spent 3 goddamn hours putting ornaments on that thing. I need you to understand.
It's a fully decorated tree, too. Like, like, there's like 4 of them in the lobby. So you know somebody's taken a long time to make sure that these are all specifically decorated.
Yeah. I had to get on a ladder to
up.
put the fucking thing on the top. I don't like heights. I don't like
They're
ladders.
tall trees.
Tall
they're pretty
trees.
big. Yeah.
Tall fucking trees that you just fucked one up, you motherfucker.
It's like
fucking
Caesar's
asshole.
Palace or some
Fucking-
shit. So like they're big trees.
Huge trees.
Huge trees.
You're gonna damn it. You're gonna hurt somebody.
What do you think? These just come out of storage in a box like this?
Yeah, he's already gone. He's gone. He's in his room. He's in his room. I'm following him through the elevator.
Well, you're pissed. You fucking fucked up
pissed.
your tree.
Yeah. Fucking asshole.
This is
just kidding. We love you.
I know you got to talk to him about it now. Is this the April Spookala?
Yeah.
This is less than a month away, and you guys are gonna be there.
And that sucks because we won't have Lost Boys shirts because they announced it a month away, bro.
Do you want me to send you my Lost Boys shirts and you can just replace them later?
Yeah.
Dude, you probably have enough Lost. Like you got enough that we could probably stack the.
Plus, we could
booth
sell them
logo.
for a little bit extra because they were worn by a celebrity.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Did you guys know that he's been on the Creeporama podcast regularly?
Yeah,
that's true.
All the time.
Recurring
Constantly.
guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, recurring guest, Josh.
Yeah, we put you in this logo.
Yeah.
Mr. Recurring Guest. Kiefer, get out of the fucking tree. Out of the tree.
I like it in the tree. Leave me alone.
No. Only if you have the mullet.
Yeah.
He just pulls it out of his backpack and puts it on.
Right. Okay, now you can stay in the tree.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
He was at 24. He's very prepared.
Very prepared. Very prepared. I bet you he does. No, of course he doesn't. Why would he carry around a mullet?
Does what?
Yeah, carry around a mullet.
Keep a mullet on him.
Yeah,
In case.
You don't think he does?
Kiefer might
Come
not.
on.
Jack Bauer definitely would, though.
Yeah.
Jack Bauer.
Situation.
Just in case. I don't know what Jack Bauer sounds like. I've never watched it.
Dude,
He
I'm
just sounds
very.
like Kiefer Sutherland, who's exhausted
Yeah.
because he hasn't slept in 23 hours.
So tired.
I was the same day.
Yeah.
You guys
6 weeks into the season, and it's only been 4 hours into this 24 hours.
Yeah, hold on. We gotta waterboard this guy.
I can't do it anymore. I gotta go tackle a Christmas tree. Dude, I'm very jealous.
This Christmas tree.
I'm very jealous of the fact that you guys all have hats. Just saying it out there, because we just are printer.
You're at the shipping place. You can have a hat.
Listen,
we've been through this.
We can't. No, I figured it out. I figured out why hats do not work on me. So got the box in with a bunch of our hats that we're going to bring this week. And I was looking at the black metal hat that we did for Lords of Chaos, and I was like, I wonder.
Right. I mean, it's the one. If any hat's gonna work,
anything that's gonna be the hat. So I try it on, and I immediately hate my entire existence. And because they just don't work, But I figured out why is because my fucking ears. I don't think like it's the proportion between, or it's like how they line up for the side of the hat.
I get you.
Right. It hits my ears before the hat has a chance to engulf my head all the way.
You don't have enough head height. You
don't have enough head height, dude.
You gotta tilt. That's why you gotta tilt it. You gotta pull it back a little bit.
Yeah, it can't.
This happens even with your typical Creeporama dad hats.
Yes,
because I have that issue with fitted hats.
I tried.
And that's why I switched to like the lower profile style hat. Yeah, because if I get a big like fitted hat, it'll hit my ears.
Justin has a deceptively short head.
That's crazy.
Fucking A, dude. I spun it around and it works a little bit better because you can kind of get
dude,
the
let's
angle.
just go back to 90s thrash, bro.
But it's still...
Dude, come on. Please start wearing backwards hats.
Okay, maybe.
That'd be fucking sick.
But yeah, I was... At least I now have answers. I mean,
this motherfucker's gonna roof everything.
It's only taken 40 years on this planet to figure out why I can't wear a hat. So at least I have my answer.
Well, I mean,
you didn't mad about it.
You weren't really concerned about it those first few years, so it's only really been on your mind.
Yeah.
His first words were, "I can't wear hats."
Yeah,
the disappointment.
She had good head height back then, though.
Yeah,
the head height. Yeah.
I bet I just didn't grow into it.
Yeah,
didn't grow into it.
Grew out of it.
It's because your ears.
Have you tried visors?
Your ears moved up. It's weird.
I'm not wearing visors, Josh.
Ooh, yeah.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Backward or upside down and slightly to the right.
Upside down, slightly to the right.
Or get one of the fucking transparent visors like a poker player.
Yeah. No. Like your fucking like your
like the accountants wear or whatever.
No, Gonzo. I can't think of his fucking name.
Yeah.
Hunter S. Thompson. Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah. Just throw in a whole bunch of Never.
I'm Justin, and I'm straight edge.
I'm gonna go with a biker gang.
Yeah. A cigarette holder doesn't have a fucking
Justin just like, you guys are fucked. This is fucked up, guys.
It's fucked up. I'm gonna take me and my visor home.
Yeah.
I have a visor, okay?
I can see through it and everything is green.
Yeah, it's so fuck this. I'm out of here. I didn't sign up
when
for
I
this.
think of a visor, the first thing I actually think, and it should be Hunter S. Thompson. That should be the first thing I think of. And really, it's Seth Green and Can't Hardly Wait. That's where my mind goes.
Yes, that's where the upside down kind of came from. Yeah, his vibe. Yeah. Bro, if you could just start dressing like Seth Green from Can't Hardly Wait.
Yeah, I don't think I got that in me, dude.
I think you can do it.
I think you
wasn't
do
it all like? Was it all FUBU?
I think so.
Mostly, yeah.
It had to have been, yeah.
Why you gotta waste my flavor? How many did you guys know that kid? Because I sure did.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Sure.
I was that kid for a good period of time.
I was also that kid for a minute. I had the Adidas visor that I wore upside down for a little while.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. That's why I'm real glad there were no camera phones back then, so there's no evidence of such.
I was very confused in middle school. I definitely went from like a punk skater kid to Seth Green and Can't Hardly Wait to a couple other renditions.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to find myself, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy because like when I really think back about it or back to it, this is gonna sound weird. I've always been me since like that.
You gotta grow, dude. You gotta grow.
I know.
Realize I didn't go through a Seth Green and Can't Hardly Wait phase because I went to jail when I was 12.
Yeah, there you go.
So I was just into hip hop there, and then it just stuck with me as I left.
Yeah. Like I don't.
Well, I mean, you can do it now. You could get a fucking pair of ski goggles in Florida. You know, just rock them
Yeah,
as a
but see,
fashion
if I do
statement.
it, see, that's the problem. Is if I start doing that look, I'm gonna try to make it goth, and then I'm just fucking steampunk.
Yeah.
Well, then you're just not doing the Seth Green from Can't Hardly Wait. You
Yeah,
can't-
well, that's
you
the
gotta
thing.
go full
That's the
Seth.
thing is, I can't wear that many bright colors at once.
No, but
Physically, I will.
This
have
is
to
like
go to the
Justin saying
hospital.
he can't wear a hat. Like,
No,
I'm
if
telling
I-
you,
I can.
if I
I
wear-
mean, I can, but it ain't
If I don't
working.
wear all black, I will die.
Yeah, see, I feel
what
that.
we're trying to say is Van Damme movies are so
Right.
fucking sick.
That's true.
And
10-minute mark.
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Mr. Silk
There's the cold
underwear.
open. Hit the tune.
Mr. Black Silk underwear. I've been saying that for fucking
That was-
days.
That was
Yeah.
what that whole
Keep
sex
it
plot.
going.
The whole
the black
sex
silk
plot in
underwear.
that was just it. That was maximum risk, right?
No, no.
Yeah.
No, that was
double impact.
Double Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That the whole like
Double impact
half
was
love
dick.
triangle in that. Was
They're both
terrible.
both very similar movies.
Yeah.
I think
Whoa.
I think Maximum Risk was like, let's do Double Impact again. But
Yeah, not at the same time.
Well, they said that's what the idea was Double Impact. It was, I guess, Van Damme wanted to base it on the Corsican brothers,
Mhm.
which is about these kids that get separated at birth. And he pitched it to Peter Hyams, who had done Time Cop and something else.
Let me interrupt you real quick. Isn't the Corsican brothers the one where everything that Cheech and Chong did it too? I think, and like, don't they feel each other's pain instead of their own?
Probably. I don't know historically
I think
the whole
what
story
I
there, but I
want
know it was loosely inspired
That
by that.
version of
possible.
JCVD.
would've
That's
been
not
good.
possible. No, it's not. No, it's not.
But they said when he approached Peter Hyams to direct it, he was like, I didn't understand it. I thought, don't do these weird things. Like, just stick to the martial arts movies. That's what you're good at. And he's like, and I haven't talked to him since. But he said that because Double Impact was
Lay off
so
the coke.
unique or good, like the idea of Jean-Claude Van Damme playing twins immediately became like a thing that people wanted him to do more of. They're like, can we do it in Time Cop? Can we do it in Maximum Risk? Can we do it in Replicant? And it's like, and that's why he ended up playing duplicates multiple times in his career because they liked how he
how
pulled it off in
odd.
Double Impact.
To be fair, like I
To be fair.
kind of rate Double Impact pretty high. I thought it
Dude,
was
it's one of my
pretty
favorites.
decent.
Awesome.
It's fucking
yeah, no, it's
great.
fun.
really good, but also more importantly than that, I've seen I don't know what they are, but I've seen so many one actor plays twins things,
Yeah.
and most of them are either not well done or boring or just.
Yeah.
This is one of the better ones. There's a
He
couple
crushes,
moments,
dude.
This
there's a
isn't
couple
well
moments where the
done.
effects
It's
are
just
weird, but
it's just not boring. It's great.
well,
it's
they
fucking
don't,
entertaining.
They don't. It feels like they don't lean on it as the point of the movie.
Right.
It's like you
Sure.
could do that movie with just two different actors, and it's still the same movie.
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe a
that's
little
true.
better because
That's
you
a
don't have
good
to do
point.
the camera tricks. But like,
Right.
yeah, it doesn't feel. It still feels like a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, which is like not
Yeah.
super
Dude,
well written. But
there were multiple times while watching this movie where I forgot he's playing
Yeah.
two different characters.
yeah,
You know, if the way that they filmed it, the way the editing works, the way that they did it, like them in the same scene of them talking to each other, it's like, yeah,
them, and it's not
they did
even
a
like
really good job with it.
watching it, especially in 2025, like it's easy to see how they did it. Where it's like, well, you guys just have doubles, and then like,
Yeah.
you could find,
Yeah.
which I think one of the doubles, or maybe the only double, I don't know, is the guy that he pulls off of Danielle towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know why his hair, I was just like, that's your twin's hair.
Yeah. Got the same hair.
But yeah, like I just love that they're like, oh well, we know how to do it. They know how to do it really well, and to the point where like only in a couple scenes the lighting gets a little weird with the VFX.
Well,
but-
especially when they're in the car. There's a
Yeah.
scene where they're both in the
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have just not done that shot, you know?
Right.
Like, he could have just, the editing room,
But
just
I-
be like, yeah, this looks like shit,
I remember
guys.
watching Legend. Is that the one that Hardy did?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and like
I didn't
that
see it,
movie's
but yeah.
good. I think
like that
that
one a
they,
lot.
I think that they did the twin stuff, but honestly, it wasn't as entertaining as this.
No.
I think that's exactly what, and we could say this about 90% of Van Damme movies, at least the ones that I'm
The heavy
familiar with,
hitters,
of
yeah.
the 80s, the 90s,
Yeah.
I don't know, after 2000, but they're just fucking fun.
Yeah,
And again, this is just, you know, at the risk of sounding like a fucking grumpy old guy like we always do when we're watching movies from the 80s and 90s. Like, they just don't make movies like this anymore. But they really fucking don't. Like, they just don't. Like, there's no movies today where I could just throw on and like, this is a piece of shit, but it's awesome. Like, it's both.
Yeah.
And it's awesome because of how, like, I say piece of shit, meaning the acting chops obviously aren't fucking up the par. You're right, like some writing maybe, but it doesn't matter.
Kind of whack, but whatever.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I would say
they just aren't. They're all Statham movies now.
Yeah,
like
right.
I think,
but it's not as fun.
So good.
Statham
Beekeeper
is
was
this generation's Jean-Claude Van Damme.
But
sure.
they're not as silly now. The ones now still take themselves pretty seriously, which is why it's nice when Statham does like the Meg, or when you see some of those jokes in the Beekeeper, where I'm like, okay, now they're kind of getting a little weird with it and wacky, and it's fun.
But JCVD has this. I can't believe I'm saying this. JCVD has a wider acting range than Statham.
Fuck.
He does. He fucking does.
He displayed. Well, that's why he took the role in Double Impact. He's like, I don't want to just be the guy who's fucking roundhouse kicking people all the time. I want to play two different characters to show my range. One guy that doesn't fight that much.
Yeah.
And then you can see that I'm an
actor. Come on.
Dude,
there's not much range there.
Here's the log.
But he did it.
Slicked
and
his hair
really
back,
good.
or he didn't. He talked with a cigar in his mouth, and then he didn't.
Yeah.
One of my notes is, what are the odds that two dudes who are this handsome, one, both know karate, and two, make the same sound every time they throw a kick or a punch, but yet they're two different people.
That's genetics, though.
Here's my trailer log line for this movie. One's a guy who shoots stuff. The other's a guy who karate things. But rest assured, by the end of this movie, the guy who shoots stuff will karate stuff. And the guy who karate stuff will shoot stuff. That's the whole fucking movie.
That's so good.
Like, awesome. Like, and they never even
100%.
Like, oh, I won't shoot a gun. It's just like, no, he only does karate and he only has guns, but.
Right.
Dude, it also, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I think the opening split in Double Impact, I think that's his best split.
It's a good split.
I think that's his best one.
Split.
That whole scene, I mean, holy fuck. Like, even
up.
before his split too, where they got that like close-up crotch shot of the girl stretching her legs.
Yeah.
It's like,
jeez.
We got close up on Van Damme's glutes for like a minute. It's like
both this one and Maximum Risk. I'm like, why are these so sexy?
Dude,
Maximum
what about
Risk?
Yeah, there's some sexiness going on there.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Russian sweat fucking lodge.
Yeah. Bathhouse.
They just randomly have sex in the bathroom while the fucking feds are there, and
which
it's
is
like,
great.
And also, but also
randomly have sex with JCVD
it's
anywhere
not,
too.
Yes, yes, but it's not great
good.
because the whole time there's like suspicious music under it. So I'm like, is she gonna betray him or something? No, nothing ever happens.
No, they're just gonna.
She just hooks up with her fucking dead
boyfriend's
twin brother.
Yeah, fucking weird.
Yeah,
there's nothing weird there.
Yeah, nothing.
PTSD. What's that?
Yeah.
That's a little strange.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, we were talking, Justin, you brought up last episode a good dude fight.
Very
a
aggressive.
good dude fight.
Yeah.
Good dude fight. Yeah.
So that fucking the bathhouse scene, talk about a good meaty dude fight. Just a meaty, sweaty, wearing only hand towels.
Yeah.
So fucking
dude fight.
ripped.
Yeah.
Good Lord, that guy was ripped.
How did they keep those towels on? Kind of sad.
I don't know,
dude.
because in Eastern Promises,
the
they do not keep the towels on.
Really? Not a lot of cock shots in movies back then. They just had a fucking,
Wait,
you know.
who here's seen Eastern Promises?
Not me. Which one is that?
Yeah, that one.
Who?
Fucking
Derek, you
whips.
definitely need to see
Cronenberg
Eastern Promises.
and
Hold on, it's Cronenberg. Yeah, it's Vigo. It's Cronenberg,
one.
but it's not Cronenberg at fucking all. It's the least Cronenberg movie ever.
Hold on, is that the one where Vigo plays a Russian mafia guy?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. I've seen clips from that. I need to see it.
The only problem with that
they hang
movie,
dong in a Russian bathhouse.
dude, they hang. Well, specifically, Vigo hangs dong.
Really?
Yes.
Hangs dong.
Yeah.
Aragorn just dick out.
yeah.
In
Return
the
to
most
showing the whole Return of the King.
I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it.
I don't want to ruin that specific scene.
Josh knows. Josh knows, man.
The element of surprise must be intact.
We don't want to spoil the Aragorn dong. No.
Dude, the Aragorn dong is the best part of the movie. And I mean that in a completely oblique way. It's not the way you think. That movie.
It's like, I'll spoil the ending, but the fucking
not his
cock
dong.
shot that,
not his dong.
Okay.
Oh, so he really
it's a pivotal moment in the movie.
That's crazy.
It's true. I got to rewatch that movie now. I haven't watched it since I got it.
Watching Maximum Risk, that was the problem. Is I was like, God, I wish that these Russians were more like the Eastern Promises Russians.
I just want to see a dick. Come on.
I don't know. That dude Ivan or Ivan or whatever is the perfect fucking Russian mobster.
Yeah,
I mean, it's amazing
casting
casting there.
Yeah,
he has such a Russian mobster face.
Now, the thing is that I felt like was a missed opportunity is at the beginning of the movie, JCVD throws the Russian guy. And sorry, everybody who's listening to this, we're now talking about Maximum Risk.
Or we have been for...
I've seen Double Impact so many times and there's no
Russians at all.
This takes place in Hong Kong. What the fuck are they talking about? At the beginning of Maximum Risk, he throws the Russian guy into a giant room of fire and he rolls around on the bed on fire. That's why when he comes back later on in the movie, I was like, oh shit, he's not dead. But when you see him, he's in a towel. And like, I felt like they had a missed opportunity to make the evil Russian guy look even more evil Russian guy
with like
by fucking him up. And you know, that would have been dope.
I think maybe
they didn't have the budget.
They didn't have the budget or they may have had that thought and then they saw how fucking ripped he was naked and they were like,
yeah, maybe either that or all the rest of the budget just went into whatever they used to hold those fucking towels on.
Like some other dude was casted to fight him in that sweat lodge, but then they're like, I don't know, this guy's a little meatier and fucking more jacked. Let's have that guy do it.
I wonder if we could get one of the towels from Prop Store. Let's figure out the technology that holds them on.
You gotta look up some behind the scenes info, see how many takes it took.
How many times did JCVD accidentally hang dong?
A lot.
None, because he was wearing underwear. I think he actually is. I think there's some shots where you can see he's wearing underwear.
Yeah, I was looking very closely.
Yeah, so was I. Because I was like, there's no way.
How did Eric's like, I had to pause and zoom in like 18 or 19 times, but I clarify.
I can confirm. I can confirm. But going back to Double Impact, that first split, fantastic. The action, great. I think, James, you mentioned it a minute ago, but we didn't touch on it. It's got to be the weirdest sex scene I think I've ever seen. It's just so fucking strange. It's like you're watching JCVD have sex with this girl while JCVD gets mad at JCVD for having sex with this woman.
And they're not actually having sex.
No, it's just all in JCVD's head.
JCVD2's head.
Yeah, so it's like
slick JCVD.
Yeah, that felt so fucking forced and out of nowhere. Because it was probably just him going, well, you know, everybody wants to see me have sex in my movie, so I mean, we got to throw the sex in there.
It's not even the sex scene itself that's weird. It's the context of it, of him imagining it, and it's not even real.
Yeah. And then he's just getting more and more angry.
Like they should have just made it real. Like it's just really have them have sex.
I don't know. He was
so bad.
Chugging this bottle of whiskey the whole time too. You motherfucker! And I'm like,
motherfucker!
Just like me hyping myself up for a fight with somebody that doesn't even know we're mad at each other yet.
Right? I've literally done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
It's so weird to me that like I would think twins, if there's any twins that want to come on the show and discuss Double Impact with us, like I feel like the nature of twins, they wouldn't hate each other.
Dude, there's
I mean, if one of them's
right, but twins have a different bond, you know.
Oh, they don't know each other. They just met each other like an hour ago.
Right, but there's like a thing. I feel like I'm talking about Star Wars or fanboys. You know, there's an innate feeling.
Yeah, they were siblings, you sick bastard. First time they were about to die, swinging 30,000 feet in the air. Sorry. Yeah. I know what you mean, but
twins,
Chaz and Alex. Chaz was a bit of a dick.
I think it's
Chad or Chad.
I think it's straight up
Chad. Fucking Chad.
Yeah.
And he was. Is that where the nomenclature comes from?
Maybe. It might. I don't know. Probably not.
It comes from Double Impact.
You're such a Chad.
When you see a dorky dude,
Why?
his name's a Chad.
Yeah.
No,
He
that was
only
Alex.
karates and he doesn't gun, then he's
No,
a Chad.
that was Alex.
That was
Yeah,
Alex.
That was
Yeah.
Alex.
Fucking bad boy Chad, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
If you know
shit's
somebody
so
who
confusing 'cause
drinks too
there's-
much and gets paranoid about
Yeah.
Weird-
And then,
weird
and then beats
artistic
his
sex
girlfriend.
scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he
That's
grabs the
Chad.
shit out of her. He's
Yeah.
so toxic.
Yeah. He's not
Such
a
a
good,
toxic
not a
dude.
good
Like,
dude.
honestly, you should have gone with the dorky guy.
Yeah.
But also,
Wears spandex and does tons of splits.
Yeah. Where's
Has his
pink
own
polo?
business?
Was it pink shorts or was it a pink polo? It was pink shorts, I think.
Yeah.
pink
When they-
shorts and like
Black silk
Yeah,
underwear.
and like a green
Yeah.
polo, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
there's a hard F-bomb in there from JCVD.
Yeah. Multiple
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Multiple
Yeah.
times.
It's not cool, man.
Dude, we got a
Yeah.
couple of
That was-
Anaconda John Voight leg kills in this movie.
I
Just
miss
strangling
those.
with the thighs.
Yeah, I miss this. I do. Whenever
I
he
think
snaps the
there's two of
guy's
them in
neck,
this movie.
yeah. Whenever he snaps the guy's neck with his feet, I was like,
Yeah.
damn, yeah, I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
I liked when he did the sneak neck snap. That was literally
yeah.
just like
Yeah.
tap the dude
Yeah,
on the
he just-
Is that the
shoulder.
one where he was setting?
Yeah, like I know your neck is supposed to go that way. Like you might hurt
Yeah.
it, but like just
Is that the
straight
one
back's
where
not
he
gonna
comes
do it.
up behind the guy who's sitting in the chair
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
he barely touches him?
yeah,
And
he
he just,
grabs
like,
his
yeah.
forehead
Yeah.
and then
slowly
pushes-
navigate him
yeah.
so he's in his blind spot at all times.
And then he just does it so fast.
Yeah,
Which is supposed to look
Yeah.
badass. Like if you're 8 years old watching that, you're like, "Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh my
You
god!
have
He
to
just broke his
try.
neck without barely touching him." And then
God,
now you
I'm
watch it as
playing
an adult,
Last-
and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I'm playing Last of Us Part 2 right now, and I'm just pretending that I'm Jean-Claude Van Damme going through all these and just sneak
Yeah.
killing all these motherfuckers.
Exactly.
It's a lot
You
more
can't-
brutal though.
So in the beginning of the movie, we get Bolo Yeung, who looks
Yes.
significantly skinnier than I'm used to. I was like, why does he look so skinny? Maybe he's just wearing a like oversized suit. I was like,
Yep.
no, but he looks skinny. Maybe he's wearing the oversized suit to make him look bigger, but it's just having the opposite effect. Then sure enough, you see him at the end of the movie. It's like, no, he's still
He's just
fucking
ripped. He's
jacked.
still
there.
fucking-
Giant, man.
Also, I want to point out, I hadn't seen Double Impact apparently. Dude, once he gets shot in the face and he has that fucking
Terrifying.
scar- dude, he looks so fucking badass.
Yeah, it's
Like,
a great
dude,
scar.
Like him and fucking War Child and Cyborg are the two
Yeah.
best looking enemies that
yeah.
JCVD's ever
Yeah,
had.
for sure.
I must have watched Double Impact more than I give it credit for as a kid
Really?
because I remembered every bit of this as I was watching
Really?
it.
Wow.
I was just reminding, or like
Mm.
being reminded.
yeah.
And yeah, it took me back to being like 7, 8 years old watching these movies like immediately. But he is fucking terrifying. Like in the last fight scene between him and Alex, there's something that he does when he walks around. It's like after he it was when he walks into like the little ring that they're getting ready to fight in, and he just does this thing where he just puts up his hand and he just
Yeah.
goes, and then he just does this, just calm down, just calm down. It's like, fuck, man, like how are you doing something so simple, but yet you're carrying so much like aggressive like assurance that you're gonna
just
kill this motherfucker.
Immediately takes control of the situation. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Same thing
no,
in
you're stopping.
Bloodsport, right?
Right.
In Bloodsport, you see it time and time again with
Yeah.
him. He's just able to. He doesn't have to say a word. It's just
Exactly. It's
this
this
menacing presence.
Yeah,
that
he
he's,
doesn't
like,
have to be intimidating because it's just this aura of like,
just
I'm gonna
is
kill you.
intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking like there's very few villains in movies that can embody that like that guy can.
I can't imagine him, and maybe he has over his career, and I'm unaware, but I just can't imagine him not being a bad guy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
God, I
He
would
don't-
love
just
to
looks
see
like
him
such-
in like a rom-com though. Like
Yeah.
Lisa in a rom-com.
I've seen a bunch
Just
of
like,
interviews
yeah,
with him.
so, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen interviews with him over the years, and like he's such.
I've
a
seen
nice
recent
guy.
ones
Really?
where he's,
Really?
yeah. I mean, he's obviously much older and much
Yeah.
smaller now, but
His pecs
Yeah,
are
he
still the
does.
same size weird.
yeah, everything else is shriveled away, but he's got these massive man boobs, just are so jacked.
I'm looking at his IMDb, and yeah, pretty much everything he's made is still just martial arts action.
There's a lot of Bruce Lee movies, right? He did.
Yeah, he was in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he was in Enter the
Shoot
Dragon.
Fighter. whatever shoot fighter is. He was in Tiger Claws and Tiger Claws 2. Ironheart, not to be confused with Lionheart. Breathing
Ironheart
Fire.
does sound familiar.
Blood Fight, not to be confused with Blood Sport.
What the fuck?
But also Bloodsport.
Bloodsport, yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, it was his experience with Bolo on Bloodsport that made Jean-Claude Van Damme say, I need him to be the villain in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, he's a friend of mine. I want him in it. Which is crazy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know,
Van Damme in Double Impact punches a phone.
That scene.
When does he... Oh,
he just punches the phone, and it just made me question, like, how many non-humans has he punched in his film career? He punches a snake in Hard Target.
Yeah.
Punches a phone. There's got to be another thing out of there. He's done 88 movies.
Kicks a barrel in, I think it's Double Team. In one of them, somebody threw a barrel at him towards the end, and he kicked it.
Yeah, it was Double Impact.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah, that was Double Impact.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then he had to outsmart the guy by just jumping over him.
Yeah. And then in Double Team, he beats up a bucket of rocks in a pulley system.
I mean,
which is pretty great. He's training. That's okay.
I did not realize that training montage was so early in that movie, and then the whole movie, like because I remember watching.
Now we're talking Double Team.
Now we're talking Double Team.
Now we're talking Double Team.
The best movie of the three by far.
Can we cut his feed?
So what's funny is like you with Double Impact, Justin, I've never seen Double Impact. As I was watching it, I was like, fuck, I don't remember any of this. But when I watched Double Team, I was like, how many times have I seen this movie? Because I remember all of this.
Yeah.
I forgot this was all the same movie, though. Like, it literally feels like 3 different movies blended together. I'm like, there's the one where him and like Dennis Rodman are fucking shit up. There's the one
12 minutes long
where he's on, has to like break out of the island, and he does all the cool dope shit where he slices his thumb off and everything. And then there's Mickey Rourke as the villain.
Right.
I didn't know those were all the same movie until the ending sequence where Rodman's got the crosses and Rourke is on the mine. I was like, oh yes, I vividly remember this tiger moment in the Coliseum. Of course.
He sidekicks a tiger in a minefield in the Coliseum. Honestly, that's the only 5-star movie that I've ranked in this episode as of that moment.
Wow. The grand finale is the grandest finale of all grand finales.
Yeah.
Like that. You've got 5-time NBA champion Dennis Rodman. Double teamed with Jean-Claude fucking Van Damme.
You could definitely
fighting in Mickey Rourke.
And jacked Mickey Rourke, who's apparently fucking went through a bunch of like real martial arts training for this role.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, which is amazing.
I wonder if it's as
real as in the Coliseum.
Yeah,
in the Coliseum with the landmines.
Is it actually the fucking Coliseum? I missed that part.
I don't know if they filmed it there.
It's supposed to be, but it wasn't filmed there. Yeah, but I think that's what they hinted at.
They're not going to let them blow up the Coliseum.
Yeah, a JCVD and Dennis Rodman picture does not have that kind of budget.
Yeah. I don't think anyone has that kind of budget, honestly. They're like,
and I don't.
You will destroy this.
Yeah.
This isn't my line. I might have read it on a Letterboxd review or on Reddit or something, but I cracked up at it that he's like, and they have a bomb-proof Coke machine. They're just hiding behind the vending machine while this bomb is just fucking exploding over it.
When did Dennis Rodman have time to change the crosses?
Fucking knows.
Yeah,
because he just disappears and shows up at the most random fucking points in this movie.
Yeah, I love the only time you hear the dirt bike is when the camera is pointed at the dirt bike.
Yeah,
but he's like buzzing around there.
He's been around the whole fucking time.
The camera's like cutting away from him. You don't hear the dirt bike. It goes to him. You hear the dirt bike.
Yeah, dude, you should just be seeing fucking JCVD and Mickey Rourke fighting.
The top comment, our top review on Letterboxd says, seems like there are a lot of cowards online who don't appreciate cinema when it looks them in the eye.
The Coke machine part, though, that cracked me up because when you see movies like this as a kid, you learn so much from movies that you just assume is correct. So as a 7 or 8 year old seeing Double Team in the theater, I'm like, I guess that makes sense. Vending machines are like really heavy and they're made out of really durable
bulky
steel. They've got all this shit. Yeah, I guess you could safely hide behind one in case of an explosion. And then I'm watching it now in my 30s and I was like, who the fuck? Like, yeah, and then they just tuck in behind a Coca-Cola machine with the baby and like 3 or 4 dudes, and the fire just bypasses them.
Here's
that's how fire behaves.
Yeah. I've seen enough episodes of Mythbusters that removing the fire from this explosion, actually, you might, depending on where you are, be able to shelter behind the blast wave, and you wouldn't die possibly. However,
that's understandable.
The fire is a different sort of explosion than
it wouldn't be a hallway of fire.
Yeah, the hallway of fire might wrap around you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just fucked up so many action movies for me. I wish I had never seen that show.
Dude,
because now like every time they light gasoline with a cigarette, I'm like, what happened?
Yeah,
sorry, Mythbusters already told us it happened. Stop fucking putting in movies. Like, oh, he's got
a
rag with chloroform on it, gonna knock you out. Not gonna fucking happen. Chloroform takes like 40 minutes to kick in.
When they
bullshit.
shoot, anytime anyone shoots in the water, I'm like, no, bullet broke up. You can't do shit. Useless.
Still happens in my mind.
Yeah.
There's a line that he says. There's a line that he says at the beginning of Double Team. He's like a snake. If you look into his eyes, he'll get you in the back.
What does that mean? I had that same note.
Dude.
That doesn't mean anything.
I want to get that tattooed on me. That's such a fucking...
I had to pause it. I paused it. Wrote the line and just sat here for a minute. I'm like, how
do snakes attack?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm looking at there, how does he get behind me?
It's because it'll stab you with its tail.
That doesn't make any sense either.
What do you mean? They're like scorpions. Don't you know all snakes are like scorpions?
That's like, it's an awesome quote. I could see that, like, just, you see like a douchebag posting something on Instagram, you go to his profile, like in his bio, just has like a fucking dumbass quote. Like, I could see that. Like, I feel like 18-year-old me would have had that in his fucking Instagram bio.
I'm like a snake.
Yeah.
If you look me in the eyes, I'll stab you in the back.
But you know the guys I'm talking about, how they always talk about how they have haters for some reason. Like, they have to talk about how people hate them and shit.
You can't have haters. Your only hater is yourself, brother.
Yeah.
Man.
God. I mean, of all the times I've said, oh, make that into a t-shirt, like, that's one that, like, you know what I mean? Like, even if you just make 4 of them, I'll fucking, I'll fund it. Dude. I'll pay for it.
I need a Double Team shirt for sure. This movie had so many jokes, like so many little one-liners, most of them given to Rodman, but I also love how many of them were clearly added after the fact. Like the ADR in this movie is
so obvious.
Next level. When they're in the weapons thing and he like pulls the pin and he's like, did you just open that? And he's like, yeah. He's like, fire in the hole. And then when he throws it and it explodes and they're all like getting back up, he's having a full-on conversation and his mouth is not moving at all. He's like, I just,
it feels like,
and also if you break it, you bought it. And I'm like, Dennis, is this an internal monologue? Like, are we supposed to believe he's saying this to Jean-Claude Van Damme right now? Because I can see his face. It's not moving.
It feels like a dubbed foreign film throughout 90% of the movie. Just how bad the ADR is.
It really does.
Can we talk about real quick that this is a movie entirely marketed on the fact that it's supposed to be like a buddy cop movie or some shit, and then
it's not.
And then Dennis Rodman is, first off, for like the first like hour, he's barely in it. He maybe once for the gun shop initially, which is also like, what? How do you just gonna meet this guy and then go do a whole other movie?
Yeah.
But like, and then even once it gets to the point where he's supposed to be there, he's barely there.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was like not showing up on set and shit. Because I know he was like that when he was playing basketball.
Right.
Like he would not show up to like practices and shit. Like, where the fuck is Dennis?
But doesn't he make a joke about that in the movie?
He does. I don't like practice.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well, there's a story of they were in the middle of the fucking NBA finals and they knew Rodman was a fucking loose cannon. And it was in between games. I don't remember which of their championship, what year this was. But I know there's a story where Rodman is missing. And they're like, where the fuck is he? They find out he went to Vegas. And they were like, just let him be Rodman. Like, we'll get him back for the game. Like, he won't be here for practice or whatever, or team meetings, but let's just let him fucking be Rodman in Vegas. And I think it was Jordan that had to go and get him or some shit. Like, they went and got him and like brought him back. And I might be butchering this a little bit because I don't remember the full story, but it's something like that, which is, and I'm wondering if the same thing of him making a fucking movie, which is because it feels like that.
Having to be his handler.
JCVD definitely wasn't doing it.
Couldn't be.
Like, can you imagine, like, you're the director of Double Team. You're just the fucking director when it's taken an entire NBA team to control him up till now. Dude, they shot around Rodman. Like, if he showed up, then I guess we'll shoot a scene with him.
Well, I know he wasn't even originally supposed to be in it, right? The original script.
That seems fucking pretty obvious.
Yeah.
The original script, the movie was going to be called The Colony, and it was all focused on the island.
I think that would have been a better movie.
Of course, but it wouldn't have been as fun. It wouldn't have been as fun.
That's what's crazy, though, is like, as I was watching the movie, I remembered him and Rodman in like a few moments, like fucking jumping out of the plane in the weird bubble and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like
basketball. It's a gray basketball.
It is a basketball.
And then
talk about hang time or something.
Yeah, talk about hang time.
When he gets sent to the colony, I was like, that's right. I thought this was a separate Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Yeah.
100%.
Because I'm looking at it, I was like, this colony stuff is really fucking cool. This would be a good on its own movie. Like, let's remake that.
Yeah.
With Statham, maybe.
I think that there is one. I think that they did make The Colony movie.
I'm sure they have. Yeah, it's probably.
They
probably got a couple of them.
No, there was the island with
Scarlett. Wasn't it Scarlett Johansson and fucking?
Oh, The Island with ScarJo and Ewan McGregor. Yeah, it was a Michael Bay movie.
Okay,
that was more like Logan's Run though, because I think they were like duplicates or something.
Dude, The Beach with Leo.
Dude.
Yeah. No, exactly.
That movie's fucking awesome.
The Beach with Leo.
Maybe I gotta rewatch it because I fucking hated that movie.
That movie's amazing.
I really like it because I read the book and then I'm like, okay, cool. This kind of core, I can like visualize parts of the book better.
I love that movie.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember watching it or rewatching it. I saw it in theaters. I didn't like it, but then I saw it not that long ago, and I liked it.
I think we were too young to fully understand how Lord of the Flies it was.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
Sure. So going back to the training montage and Double Team.
Yes.
Which is honestly the best part of the whole movie.
Which apparently, this is a fun fact, the colony scenes were all shot at Jean-Claude Van Damme's timeshare in Spain. That he was missold in the late 80s and by this time was costing him over $1,000 a week.
Wow.
So it took some convincing to get the script rewritten to include the location, but everyone was happy that they did because it meant he would stop pestering people about investing in his timeshare in Spain.
That's amazing.
God.
Wow.
That's great.
Oh, wow.
Why don't you that whole training montage was the main thing that I remembered. Because I know I mentioned
trying to fuck the bathtub.
Yeah,
well,
that's exactly what it looks like.
Oh, well,
fuck that bathtub.
At the time, it never registered with me how like homoerotic that whole thing was. A 38-year-old, I'm just feeling confused when I was like 12.
Does it motivate me to get fit like Jean-Claude Van Damme or to get fit for Jean?
You know what,
dude?
I think we could do both.
Yeah.
That bathtub scene is so ridiculous. Where he's like kind of deadlifting it, maybe, but it's like, just like
as I was watching it, I was like,
shoulders.
Are bathtubs not attached in some places?
What kind of plumbing is this?
Especially in a place where you're supposed to be a prisoner.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I
very,
guess that's
very
good,
strange.
Yeah, that setup would have been them bucketing in the water and then taking it out by you know, there's no drain.
There's like an old school fucking early 20th century bath. They just like all share it at the colony with a couple guys. It's just like a family of like 12 siblings.
Exactly. We have all this super high tech stuff, but you guys have to take communal baths.
Yeah, we don't have plumbing on this island.
Yeah.
Gotta share baths.
What's Jean-Claude doing in there? I don't know. He does this like 4 hours a day where he just all he does is yell in this fucking bathroom.
Right.
Just smokes cigarettes and throws the bathtub around.
Go in after him and there's water everywhere.
It's smoky as fuck.
It stinks like an animal all over the floor. And he doesn't even seem clean. He's just all sweaty and gross. Like, what did you do? Did you even bathe?
Super out of breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what you're describing is him fucking that bathtub.
I think he's fucking
definitely.
I think you're right, Frank. He's really.
And then he just walks by. He's like, everything for coffee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Punches cell phones and fucks bathtubs. This guy's just got something with.
I think that's the name of this fucking this episode.
Yeah, yeah. But that whole scene, because it makes me think of, like, you know, you guys have said it multiple times now, where it does feel like multiple movies.
Yeah,
like 3 different movies. And I watched this movie so much one entire summer when it was 97, so I was 11 years old, and all I could remember is the training montage, because it had such an impact on me of like, I need to get fucking jacked. Like, this is dope. I need to fucking, I want to train. I want to hold my breath longer and all that shit. And it just stuck with me. And I remember years later in college, and I couldn't remember what that movie was, and finally found it. And I was like, what the fuck? Dennis Rodman's in this movie? And then I remember years after that, still confusing it with the movie for, is it Simon Says?
Yeah.
I remember confusing it with that, thinking Van Damme was in that, but it's Dane Cook that's in Simon Says with Dennis Rodman. And then at one point I confused Dane Cook being in Double Team with Dennis Rodman. It's like, these movies don't make any fucking sense.
No.
And I feel like it's understandable to confuse those things, because it seems like most of us have done that over the last few decades.
There's so many JCVD movies.
I barely remember Simon Says, but I know I've seen it because I vividly remember Dane Cook at the end doing his best like Rodman impression, and it's not good.
Does he?
He's got all the fake piercings and like tattoos and stuff, and he's like, I just want to be like you, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
The only Dane Cook movie that I can ever recall seeing. Well, no, there's that Good Luck Chuck movie, but I don't remember anything about that. But
Waiting.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was in Waiting. But no, Mr. Brooks with Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
That was really
He's
good.
In that?
Yeah.
He's that one was solid. Yeah.
He's the fucking
guy that he wants to him
like
to
protege
train
or whatever.
something.
Right.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, he did good in that. Like,
that's probably why I don't register it as Dane
it doesn't.
Cook.
Yeah, it doesn't register as Dane Cook in any way. That was a fucking weird movie.
I got to rewatch that one. That one came out at the same time as Fracture, I think, with Anthony Hopkins and Ryan Gosling, and I didn't see that one either. There was a lot of they're probably completely different movies, but the trailers felt very similar. So I was like, oh, what's this weird like psych thriller with? Okay, yeah. Simon Says is on Tubi. If you guys want to do a Dennis Rodman episode next, I think that's the only other Dennis Rodman movie, though.
Mercifully,
right.
Really,
guys,
he's listed on a bunch.
Me. Okay,
on Letterboxd, but
wait, what?
No, I'm just saying, as Dennis Rodman, he maybe he just realized like this is not for me.
Well, him and Mickey Rourke had to go fucking hang out with Kim Jong Il or or whatever.
Right. Mickey Rourke is doing that?
Yeah, dude.
I didn't know
really?
that.
Mickey Rourke is like best friends with Putin.
Wow, I did not know that.
There's a whole thing where those two and Steven Seagal, there's a whole thing where like a Russian agency.
Well, I knew Steven Seagal was.
Right. But there's specifically like a Russian agency that brings celebrities over to hang out with
celebrities.
It's specifically Steven Seagal, Mickey Rourke.
It's like when those Republican
Mickey Rourke
conferences or whatever are like, we've got Hollywood A-listers like John Voight and Kid Rock, and end of list.
Yeah, and it's probably because they only saw Under Siege 2 on VHS. That's the only one that they had, kind of like in that Tropic Thunder portion of the movie where they only had Simple Jack.
Yeah.
So they worship Simple Jack.
Yeah.
So they probably only had Under Siege 2, and that's their understanding of he's an 80s action. So they worship him without realizing that, no, you can't do that. Not with Under Siege 2.
No.
Not with
Mickey Rourke has put out some fucking heat, though.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, his character in The Expendables, very short, very small, but man, it had a fucking impact.
It's funny that you went to that and not The Wrestler or like the things he was nominated for.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he was great in The Wrestler.
The Expendables.
Man 2.
Yeah, he was great. He was a great villain in Iron Man 2, except once again, my pet fucking peeve. We talked about it in Terminator Salvation. The fucking shots where the fucking asshole director has to fucking film you from the sky looking down at you while you just look up and just scream into the sky.
All of Iron Man 2, like all the Mickey Rourke stuff is so like here's the thing. I personally don't like Mickey Rourke anymore because he's a bad person.
Well, yeah,
but,
of course.
Like, he could be a good ass villain because he's a bad person.
Yeah. Well, he's fucking Sin City, dude. He's fucking.
Oh yeah, great.
Amazing
Yeah,
in
he's
that.
Mark. That's right.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, he's amazing in that.
Yeah.
Fucking. Yeah, he was also really good in Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Oh, I forget that he's even.
Yeah.
in that.
Wow,
There's so many fucking people in that.
Yeah,
movie.
I know. Yeah, that movie. Yeah, and also Willem Dafoe plays.
Fuck, he is in that.
Yeah, he plays. Yeah, but he
Right.
plays like what, the governor or mayor of a Mexican town.
Something like
Dude,
that.
what about when he plays Stavros in Double Team? So sick in that.
Did
I
you
mean, he
know?
is like, even though it's Mickey Rourke, he does do pretty good. He's
Yeah, he fucking nails it. Yeah.
Fucking
He's
theme
fucking
park,
insane.
or carnival, jumping
Yeah.
off the rides and shit.
Right.
Dude.
Apparently, Jean-Claude Van Damme watched Hard Boiled while they were making this movie and loved it so much that he went back and demanded they tweak the subplot to include a maternity ward fight scene.
Bro,
While they were
that was
producing-
insane.
Yeah.
Wait,
I haven't seen Hard Boiled. Is that in
Hard-Boiled?
Hard Boiled?
What is
Apparently, I've never seen Hard Boiled
I
either, but
haven't
it's
seen that.
it's apparently one of the best like action.
I
Asian
know
American
it's-
or Asian action
Really?
It's
movies.
John Woo still.
Yeah,
I know
because
for
it's
sure
it's early
Oh,
John
okay.
Woo, and it's one of John
Going
Woo's
on
like
the list.
I know it's
masterpieces.
iconic.
Yeah,
Like it's but
Going
oh my
on the
god,
list.
I so want to watch it. If there's a fucking
that?
maternity.
Wait, what was it called?
Hard boiled.
Hard. God.
1992. My brother.
I
gave it 4
just-
stars. Okay.
I was typing in hard boiled while you guys were saying John Woo, so I typed in hard woo, and I
Hard
was like,
Woo.
"Where is it?
yeah.
Where is it?"
This movie is great. I give it a hard woo.
It's,
Woo.
this woo isn't hard enough.
It's a
Yeah,
real
3 stars.
gravelly woo.
3 stars is a mid woo. 1.5. That's a soft woo. But
Yeah,
this
soft
one's
woo.
It's a
I'm
soft
after
woo.
a
4 stars.
hard woo.
Hard woo.
Hey, how about when in Double Team when he's trying to escape the island, that guy tries to suffocate him with a plastic bag underwater? That's fucking great.
I totally forgot about that.
There's so
forgot
many like,
about that.
what is happening here in this fucking scene?
Why
moment?
There wasn't one.
If somebody
Yeah.
was like,
Why did he do
so he's
that?
gonna do what?
You have him like stab him or something, like try to stab him. There's
No.
a fight. Like
No, he's gonna put a bag over his head. He's like,
That requires choreo.
have like a rope if he's trying to like throw him off and make him. No, okay, yeah, full
Yeah.
bag.
Like what are the? Could we get one of those noose like sticks that you know? What I
Yeah.
mean?
Right? Yeah.
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 the other thing that I thought was so dumb
Nope,
is
doesn't matter.
when he's explaining to him, you have to check in with your thumbprint.
Yeah.
You got 5 minutes.
Yeah,
It's like if you don't, they're gonna gas the room. It's like, but if you're escaping, you're not gonna be in your room to get gassed.
Yeah.
Like, why
Fuck.
not scanning your thumbprint? Like you're just gonna sit there as it's telling you, and then you get gassed. Like, how fucking
just a whole,
dumb is that?
it's just a whole room filling up with gas, and they're like, "Wait a minute, there's nobody in
Yeah.
here."
Yeah,
maybe
we
he's
got
trying to
him.
buy himself that extra like minute or something where they think
We
he's in
got
there.
him. They show up and he's not there, and they're like, "I'm so fucking disappointed. What
Wait,
happened?"
Hold on. Did you
How
guys
did
fill the
he-
room with gas?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's automated.
Yeah, and he's not in there.
No.
How could you let this happen?
Yeah,
How could we have predicted it? Think
Yeah,
about
I
it.
get it,
or
but
he is in there. He just like fell and hurt himself. He just can't
Right.
fucking like ah fuck.
They don't even
I
try to
think
look for it.
he
They just
wanted
open
to
the
scan in
door.
because it gave him an excuse to do
Yeah.
the really badass like
Which is awesome.
Rube Goldberg machine with the can and the water
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
eraser
Great.
and slicing off his
Yeah.
thumbprint.
Yeah, I would have
Yeah,
never.
I remember
known
as a
that
kid-
out.
that dude
That was good.
him slicing his fucking fingerprint
Thumb.
off. That
Yeah.
fucked with me almost as bad as an Achilles heel shot.
Yeah, that was
Ooh.
pretty rough.
That was fucking
rough.
like
This is probably dumb of me to think because I mean I feel like I was old enough to understand as an 11 or 12-year-old, but I remember just thinking like your thumbprints are just these like round things you can take out.
Right.
Like what is he doing? like it doesn't grow back. Like his thumbprint's gone now. Like his skin's
Yeah.
not going to come back. That's the way I remembered it as a kid.
I also
Then
like
watching it as an adult now, it's like, oh, he's just fucking
he straight up razor bladed his fingerprint off, his thumbprint off, and then it's never ever like it's just fine the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
But he had a Band-Aid on it the rest of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Because there is a Band-Aid around his thumb towards the end of the movie, which I was like, that is oddly consistent for this movie.
Yeah, for that movie, actually. Jesus.
That is so weird that they
I think I
fucking
just
were good at
assumed that they wouldn't catch it.
Right.
The script supervisor is at home like, ignore the next 25 fucking minutes. Don't ask me about the cup of coffee on the table or how the
Band-Aid
open the window is in the back. But look at the fucking Band-Aid on the finger.
That's continuity,
later,
baby.
I remembered that. Yeah. Continuity.
Yeah. There's just so many. There's like,
you know what? You guys are really bringing me around. I think this is an amazing movie.
Oh, dude.
It's not.
What about Van Damme's disguise with like the curly wig and the John Lennon glasses?
So punk.
Yeah.
They're like future
Nose
John
ring.
Lennon. Why?
Yeah.
Hold on. The future John Lennon jokes just reminded me. Why do they have superpowers at one point in the movie?
When do they have superpowers?
Like in the beginning of the movie, he like two of them. It's him, it's JCVD, and one of the other guys who isn't Dennis Rodman, and like they're like going at each other, and like they can like zoom in and like slow down time and focus in on people, and then like they could punch people across rooms and shit.
I have no idea what you're talking about, dude.
It's just
like
it's just him
it's
whooping ass
another
in the
movie.
beginning.
Say, did you start Universal Soldier and
No.
then accidentally switch over to
No,
I
it's
think
definitely
it's-
double team.
double?
As we've said, when you watch this movie, you don't remember the whole thing, right? It's like 3
Yeah,
or
you just
4 different
remember
parts.
parts for sure.
We are forgetting that part that James remembered.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I mean, I remember him driving that massive
'Cause it,
fucking
like-
tank truck where I was like, what is that fucking
Yeah.
thing?
Question.
Also, what the
What
fuck
the-
was going on?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, that was. Thank. Yeah, you.
I was gonna knock it
Okay.
down.
Okay, I really don't want to fucking track the story of Double Team because I don't know if it's possible.
Let's try.
I don't know if it matters.
I thought like JCVD was a bad guy because the way that scene
Yeah.
plays out looks like a bad guy.
Feels like it. I mean,
But
he's
he's
an
not a bad
assassin.
guy.
He's an assassin, though. So is he like?
Is he an
Also,
assassin or is he
that's
a
why he
good
get-
CIA kind
He's
of
a secret agent, yeah.
Yeah, he's a secret
Okay.
agent.
Yeah.
So his
'cause
job
in
was to
the
steal.
blurb, I think it said assassin.
Okay, so he's a good assassin guy. So his job in the mission at the beginning was to steal that big truck thing, right?
I think it was to get out of wherever he was, and the truck was just the most devastating way to get out.
As you do. Right, as
Right.
you do.
I mean,
So-
it's a
okay,
big
so
fucking
he-
truck that's clearly armored. I don't know what the fuck.
I'm
that
gonna be
stuff
honest.
back was.
I don't give a fuck what. Like it doesn't matter what was going on in this movie. All that matters is the fucking dumb
But it matters
Dennis Rodman
because
jokes.
whatever he's supposed
I don't think
to be
I
doing,
saw
he
that
fucks
opening
up. That's why he gets
sequence.
sent.
Because the version I watched started with 3 months later and he's retired in the pool or whatever.
You watched
What?
the YouTube
Yeah.
link that I originally sent. So when I sent that link, I noticed it start with that. And I was like, that feels off. Like it feels weird because
Yeah.
it jumped to
Yeah,
it.
why
It
would
did
you
a
start
weird
with
most
just
jump.
3
movies
months
shouldn't
later?
start.
Oh, okay. You know what? It's like,
But
it's like,
Like,
it's
oh,
like
it
that
takes
when you-
place in the future. Cool.
It's like 12. You release 11 wild pigs into a school, and you number them 1 through 12.
yeah.
3 months after something you have no context of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is where we are now.
that's
But
Cyborg.
yeah, it's funny though because I noticed that I'm like, oh fuck, I don't want to have to rent this, and then like I found like a million other copies on YouTube. I should have sent it to you. Sorry, but there, it's all over YouTube. That movie, I don't
So,
know,
Josh-
it just doesn't get taken down.
So, Josh,
I-
three months,
Nobody cares.
3 months after what we're talking about.
Yeah,
I was trying to find, I just looked up the synopsis on Wikipedia because I was like, 3 months later, what the fuck? And I pull up the plot synopsis and I was like, oh, okay, I missed 2 sentences.
yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme stops Mickey Rourke from doing this big like weapons deal or something,
Yeah.
and then he retires. I'm like,
yeah,
all right, so I don't
Okay,
think
so
I
he
missed
retired.
yeah.
that much. And then 3 months later, he's retired with his pregnant wife in a pool,
In a pool.
and then
And
homeboy
they
just shows up.
re-enlist him. So, quick. Well, hold on. Quick question. So he fights Mickey Rourke at a carnival, and I guess
Like you
we
do.
could just stop there. But so he fights Mickey Rourke at a carnival, and then chaos ensues, and then he wakes up at the colony. Why did they move him there?
Because he fucked up.
Because he failed.
Because he failed to tranquilize Stavro. Because Stavro got away at the
Yeah.
theme
So
park.
that's
he had
his
a clear
punishment.
shot and
So-
he didn't take it.
So
Yeah.
that yeah.
They're like,
So
"You're
you fuck up
fired."
once. You fuck up
Right.
once. You go to the fucking island where they fake your death and send you to this fucking
Gotcha.
island so that you could be a consultant.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they like still have use for you
Yeah,
there at the
right.
colony.
You're too
Like, but
you're
also,
too
like-
useful to kill, too dangerous to set free or something.
Right.
But also,
right,
like,
right.
if that's the case, why would you send them all to an island that they could probably escape from if they really try? Clearly, they could escape from if they really
yeah,
try.
but only
They got
JCVD.
lasers, dude.
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
lasers.
Some people did try. They didn't make it that far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Man,
you
a
needed-
lot of
got-
these
you
assassins
needed
are
the
fucking
yeah, they're
bitches.
bad.
I do
but-
also love
they
that they're
gotta-
like, you are far too useful for us to kill, so we're going to put you in this luxury condo on an exotic island and feed you and cater to you and everything. But if you don't check in, we'll fucking kill you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you push back at all, we'll fucking kill you. And if you
Did
you
take a-
don't,
was your
it
walk
was like,
a little too long, or we'll fucking kill
why
you?
didn't you just kill me then?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
like, well, we thought some of you might cooperate, so yeah,
Yeah.
enjoy the hors d'oeuvres. That's the pool.
Dude, that
Check
makes
in
the
5 minutes, or we'll fucking kill you.
that makes the plastic bag underwater that much funnier. That it's an island of trained professional
Yeah.
killers,
Also,
and
so-
the weapon of choice is a plastic
plastic
bag
bag.
That
underwater.
guy's like, it's my
Water.
trademark. I sneak
Yeah.
up behind the bad guy and I suffocate him with a bag. Just because this bad guy was in water when I did it,
Sergio,
Look,
you
it
doesn't mean
can't
I'm going to
do that
abandon my
underwater.
weapon of choice. That's my
Yeah,
signature
that's how
move.
it
Yeah,
works.
Sergio,
Cancel
you
it out.
can't do that.
Hey, and then
Yeah,
he
just-
choked.
I told
he
you.
choked
This is
twice.
fine.
Can't do
Yeah,
it.
knife
An
bore.
island
to-
that
Have to use the knife or a chokehold.
No.
something.
He suffocate twice, bag and water.
This is
He
not.
suffocate,
gonna go
drown.
well.
It's perfect.
It's not gonna go well.
an island. that
Okay, I
probably
saw
has-
you. I saw you, asshole.
An island that has every weapon known to man
Yeah.
on it.
It's
That
got
guy's like-
lasers.
It has a
bro.
laser grid in the ocean
in the ocean.
Yeah.
Laser
that
grid
crisscrosses somehow.
ocean. Yeah. Well, they got
Also, really, how long?
Like every time, it's like, and really, if you think, hold on, I actually have to think about it. 'cause it's double T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just like my favorite part of that movie for the last 30 years is that goddamn cigarette as he's
Yeah.
holding his breath in,
Yeah.
in the bathtub.
100%.
How long does it take for a fucking cigarette to burn
like-
out like
it's
that?
like-
that doesn't, you don't take a
I-
drag
Yeah, if you're
from
not
I know-
smoking it, it takes
I
like
like
know-
20 minutes?
No. Hold on. I have done this. I don't remember the exact time, but it was like 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah.
It's got to be. I mean, I feel like a lit cigarette that you're
Well,
taking drags from is like five.
I would light them and put them
Yeah.
like he did, specifically because of this movie.
because of the movie.
When I started smoking when I was a kid, and I quit
Yeah.
way before.
Back when
now.
cigarettes weren't
yeah.
$12 a pack, so you
Right.
could afford to just burn
Right.
them in honor of JCVD whenever
Yeah.
you were bored.
Yeah, dude. I was like, oh man, I gotta. All right, well, let's time it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
You just
smoking
say-
that?
and
No, I'm
then
smoking this one. That's my
Yeah.
double team
And
cigarette.
also, I'm smoking, so I'm
Alter, yeah.
trying to hold my breath, and that's not fucking working.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It also depends on the brand. If he was doing that with American Spirits, then he's superhuman because those things take
Those
like
fucking things
40
don't
minutes
work.
to burn.
Just like
Yeah.
super
Um,
compact or
But
something.
yeah, if it was like a Virginia Slim or one of those, what were the cute skinny cigarettes that they started marketing to women for a little while? Those would
Virginia
be.
Slims, yeah.
Was that what the ones? Okay,
I like it if they just made the whole movie goth and he had Jarm Black's clothes.
yeah, some cloves.
Oh, he's not smoking. He's just lit some incense.
Yeah, exactly.
What a
It's
movie.
fucking bohemian music,
You
and
know-
he's trying to
Yeah.
drown himself.
I'm like, why does this smell like the back corner of a Hot Topic?
As someone who once worked at a Hot Topic, yeah, accurate.
Yeah.
Same, yeah.
But, yeah.
Seasonal
Dude,
key holder.
The more that you guys are talking about this fucking insanity, like insane ride of a movie, like the more it really puts the 90s into perspective. Like there was once a time where you were like, it's Saturday, I'm gonna go watch the new JCVD movie, and
Mhm.
this is what you got. That
yeah, and you loved it.
I
Yeah,
got this movie in jail, and it was really weird because we were like,
if I
Is
cut
this
my
good?
thumb off,
yeah,
maybe I can escape. Yeah.
See, I had the-
It's
There was a slight voice in my head that was like, would that work? And I'm like, I've got
I
the
think it would.
Could I try it on my phone? Like
Because
I have the little
thick you
thumbprint
cut it.
scanner to unlock my phone.
Yeah.
If I slice part of my thumb off
Dude.
Yeah.
and put it on this, I don't have an eraser, but like a piece of cheese or something, and then I stick it on my
the
phone
eraser's important
screen,
because it's pink.
would it unlock my phone screen? And I'm 38 years old, and part of me is just like, it'll grow back. Like,
Yeah, try
it could
it.
be fun
Yeah.
to try it. Yeah.
That didn't look horrifically painful.
I did not
Health
try
insurance.
it.
Oh,
yet,
okay, good.
But
I
if
wasn't
I've still
sure.
got a bandage on my thumb next week, then you'll know.
You're
that-
just covered in
yeah, it got
blood.
to me.
Yeah. I'm not having this conversation.
Right. Be like, yeah. Sorry, I didn't
work?
respond in the group chat. It doesn't work.
I somehow passed out from blood loss through my
Yeah.
thumb.
And
Yeah.
now I can't text at all, actually. It's
I will
Everything
text
you can
excruciating.
only text half of the fucking
yeah, I'm
keyboard.
trying to do
Yeah.
voice to text, and I just keep crying. So it's very awkward.
You come into the fucking room and you're like, look, guys, you're just covered in blood. Look, guys.
Didn't go my way.
Yeah.
But it does work.
Yeah. You know, I figured we would talk most about Double Team because what a fucking ride that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really outside of the Russian bathhouse fight scene, I don't really have much to say about Maximum Risk, although I liked
I got
it.
some things.
Yeah,
I
thought that was
liked it.
good.
Yeah,
You know
I
what's
think it's
crazy?
really good. It's one
You know
of his
what's-
best.
It's what's crazy about that movie is it takes place in between Street Fighter and Double Team,
Mm-hmm.
but it feels like a much older, wiser, maturer JCVD.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
feels like that movie took place in the 2000s,
Yeah.
but it doesn't.
No.
It's weird.
So the big fad guy, he is 90s Kevin James.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Concur.
One of my notes is JCVD spends so much of his life having no clue he has an identical twin brother.
Yeah.
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 Man.
Yeah, that's
Starring,
right. Go ahead.
Somebody
No,
on
please.
Mercari is selling the Double Team Maximum Risk double feature DVD.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So Maximum Risk and Double Team, neither one of those movies gives a fuck about civilian casualties. Everybody just starts shooting every
Everyone.
fucking where.
Yeah.
Yeah, everywhere.
Like-
Wait, is that double disc? Did you say it's Maximum Risk and Double Team, not
Yeah.
Double Impact?
Right.
It feels like
No,
it
yeah.
should be with Double Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
double.
Well, no, yeah. You would think it'd be either the two double movies or
Yeah,
the two movies where he plays twins, but no, it's one of each.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, of
Yeah.
course.
It's a weird choice.
Wait, him and Dennis Rodman aren't twins?
I don't think so.
Not in this one,
Mm,
but yeah. And Simon says he has a cameo.
that's right.
I like Rodman's quote. You crazy, man. You crazier than my hairstylist.
Yeah.
I do love that that Rodman was obviously all for it when they're like, so we're putting you in this movie because you're obviously one of the most famous basketball players alive and you're very well known for being weird and having piercings and tattoos and crazy hair. And so we're just going to write a bunch of shitty jokes about that. I hope that's okay. And Jean-Claude Van Damme meets him. He's going to be getting his stomach tattooed in a nightclub around his
Right.
belly button.
Yeah.
And Jean-Claude Van Damme's gonna make a comment about it, and then he's gonna show us his tongue tattoo that also has a piercing in it.
Which I don't even know
Insane.
if that's a real tongue tattoo, because
I
I've
don't think
seen
so.
tongue tattoos and they look better than that.
Yeah, I think that was
so.
probably just for the movie. It was
They
one of
just
those
took a Sharpie and were like,
wax paper
Right.
tattoos,
Yeah,
that you can get with
yeah.
like fancy bubble gum. But yeah, it was just so many of those jokes. And if I was Dennis Rodman at the time, I'd be like, I fucking get it, you guys. I have crazy hair.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Like, but yeah, just
Man,
I think they're done. There's
what
10 more.
What if the plot twist is that he had to improv all of them, and that's why they're so basketball related?
That
I
would
can
make
see
sense.
it.
That's
Yeah.
all he's got.
It's funny how many basketball related ones are, but there's
Every
like,
line.
He's not a basketball player in the movie. Like there's
No,
no,
no.
like
Yeah.
yeah. It's,
That's such a good point.
He doesn't.
He's just a diehard fan, and that's
He's
why he
in a
Yeah,
basketball
yeah.
at one
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
right.
He does
Right.
say,
Such a good point.
God,
nice
if that,
try,
if
but
that,
I don't play with the Bad Boys anymore. And the
Yeah.
Detroit Pistons nickname was the Bad Boys, and he used to play for the
Right.
Pistons before.
Yeah.
So that's another like little
would it have
nod.
been too on the nose if the giant gray basketball like slammed into a hoop and just?
I was waiting for it.
I really
I was
Yeah.
waiting
Yeah.
for it. It's on par for this movie.
But it's
Somehow.
it's relentless. The basketball shit's
Fucking
relentless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Offense gets the glory, but defense wins the game.
the JCVD saying defense wins it. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Best defense is good offense, right?
I wonder if this movie haunts any of them. You know what I mean? Like,
I bet it haunts JCVD.
I think a lot more things haunt that guy.
Yeah.
I think everybody involved in that movie has a lot worse things to haunt them than that movie.
Yeah, I don't know if this, like, he probably doesn't remember most of these movies. He's so coked up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's after Street
That's
Fighter.
right.
So.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like he's kind of like Stephen King. You know, he just did so much coke he doesn't remember his movies, just like Stephen King doesn't remember writing his books.
Yeah,
they're both the same.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense.
They're both legends, dude.
Do you guys remember when Stephen King had a dope mullet?
No, I don't.
But yeah.
And he used to go by Gibson Rickenbacker as his other writing name.
And he was ripped as fuck.
Ripped as fuck. Stephen King just fucking like, whoa, just spin kicking typewriters and shit.
Yeah.
So I wrote The Shining. I just spin kicked it 3 times.
I will say though, Double Team so far is my least favorite Van Damme hairdo or hairstyle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
it's
nothing
just
special
normal.
about it.
It's just
Nothing special.
He didn't really
Pretty
have.
basic.
They really,
Yeah.
they
They dropped
really
the
like.
ball.
Well, I mean, I think maybe they couldn't give him anything cool because Rodman was stealing all the hair glory already.
Yep.
There's only so much hair hype you can have on a movie, and if he's got a fucking sick mullet, that's gonna.
Well, it doesn't have to be that. I mean, Double Impact.
it
He's got
does.
2 different hairstyles, and they look great.
But none of them look as good as a mullet.
Especially Chad.
No, sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
Chad slick back hair and Double Impact. It was
Nice slick back hair.
It was a nice slick
And
back hair.
Alex's had fucking beautiful head of hair.
He just
Yeah.
bounce.
Some good volume. Yeah.
Yeah.
What have we been called?
Which makes you wonder, did they
We're just gonna review all these fucking like 90s and 80s movies, and it's just us discussing how hot and ripped the dude stars are.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
that one JCVD split whenever he wore the fucking
Whenever you could really see his butt.
the bluish purple tights.
Yeah.
That was fucking sick.
Now imagine if he had the mullet from Hard Times.
Yeah.
with the spaghetti strap top and the fucking leg
The
warmers?
spaghettiest of straps. Those are fucking angel hair, baby. I was looking at that like, how did they even engineer those to not rip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
His fucking thigh muscles, like I could, the
My God.
spandex, the
Hold on.
spandex could barely hold them.
Hold on. Where
I'm gonna explode. What?
God, I love this fucking guy. Van Damme is just so great.
It's funny as we were talking earlier, and I was like, I have to watch Double Impact before we record tonight. And Kimmy was like, is that the last Jean-Claude Van Damme movie? And I was like, it's the last one for this episode. And she was like, she's like, you guys are doing more? And I was like, we're doing 2 more. So let's talk about Bloodsport, Kickboxer. And she just kind of like shook her head. And I was like, what? And she's
We
like,
still got it.
yeah, she's like, maybe it's not for me. But she's like,
She just doesn't know.
she's like, I just don't know how many people are going to tune into a podcast to listen to you guys talk about Jean-Claude Van Damme for 5 weeks straight. And I was like, we'll find out, I guess. And I was like, maybe this is just for us. That's fine too. And I was like, but yeah, we'll get back into horror movies in a minute.
Yeah.
It's like, but this
It's
is
where we're
important.
gonna find our audience, dude. It's where we're gonna get
I did have
white
somebody
guys
message me
from 40 to 50.
I did have somebody message me on TikTok, and he was like, dude, I completely fucking forgot how good Hard Target is. And then I listened to that episode, and I was like, I gotta rewatch it. And he's like, and it fucking holds up. That movie's so sick. And he's like, I'm starting Universal Soldier now, so I'll be ready for the next episode. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I love how he
That's right.
told
That's right. I found it. He says, quote, because of my big legs and karate, I could do the splits all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All day.
Like having
All
big
day.
legs is what allows
Yeah,
you to
big
do
legs.
splits.
What? Even the guy who does the splits doesn't know how to do the splits.
Dude.
That's great. I love how you were telling Kimmy, like, yeah, we're actually going to do 2 more. Like, we didn't even do the one that, like, we like the most yet. Like,
Yeah, no.
yeah, we still haven't done our favorites yet.
I do like
ramping
that
up
we
to
did it that way because if you watch Kickboxer and Bloodsport, like everything else, it's hard to compare to.
You got to work up to
You
it.
gotta work up to it.
Yeah.
Because like, we knew
you
that a
gotta
lot
work
of these
up
were
to
going to
the
be kind of
splits.
meh, but like
Yeah.
honestly, more of them have been super watchable than I expected.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm looking at our list now, and like Time Cop, great. Hard Target, great. Sudden Death, great. Cyborg, nah.
Yeah.
Universal Soldier,
but still watchable.
but still watchable.
Still watchable.
Because
I feel
it's
like the
Van Damme,
Cyborg's
dude.
the one I own on 4K. Like,
But also,
VHS.
Cyborg's,
Watch
think of
again
His
anytime
shitty movie.
I think of all the movies, I think Cyborg's the coolest looking though.
Coolest looking
Sure,
one,
yeah.
for sure.
It's
the
fucking
most
Mad
unique.
Max.
Yeah, Nowhere to Run. That's a pretty. I didn't really like that one, but Death Warrant and Lionheart, great. Then Double Impact, great. Maximum Risk, good. And then Double Team, great, but for different reasons.
Yeah. I'm looking
James,
forward to No Retreat, No Surrender, because I think that's one that all four of us haven't seen.
I've seen it.
You have seen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
I have
barely in
not.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know
That's
he's
right.
not the star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's second.
No. He's barely in it. He's
Really?
in it
He's
for
in the
like
first
one
like 5
scene.
seconds or something, right?
Yeah.
It's one
Yeah.
scene, yeah.
Do we keep it in the list then? Should it belong in this?
I don't think it's not a JCVD movie for sure.
Right.
It's
Well,
like
maybe
it's,
we'll swap it up.
yeah.
I mean, it's
let's-
him on the fucking letterbox.
Yeah, I know it is.
Yeah, it's
And he's
giving,
listed
uh,
second.
What
Is
is
that a
it?
different one that I'm thinking of?
Like Bruce
it's
Campbell
not.
is an intruder type crediting.
Right.
Like he's the first one credited on the DVD, and I'm like, you don't even see his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely this one because I was like, what the fuck are these shots from? These are not from this
Okay.
movie.
Well, whether it's for this podcast or not, I'm gonna eventually
Yeah.
watch that. Just because.
Yeah, I'm still gonna watch it at some point.
it's-
But maybe
it's-
I mean, we can just
we
not
could
talk that
swap-
much about it.
I think we
We
should
could-
swap for Replicant.
We could, man, I was going to say we could swap it out for Black Eagle, which
Yeah,
is
Or
came
not.
I was
out
gonna
the
say
same-
swap it out for Knockoff, where he's got the where he's
Fuck,
a
well, there's another
Yeah.
episode.
jeans designer. Yeah.
Dude, there's
Let's just go down all his movies, dude.
I think we have to, but
Wait,
we have
but
to.
No
we have
Retreat,
to
No
cut it.
Surrender features Kim Tai-chung as the ghost of Bruce Lee.
yeah.
Ivan
It's-
the Russian Krasinski. Jean-Claude Van Damme plays Ivan the Russian Krasinski. And I think, I'm reading the plot, and it's like a young karate student
It's very Karate Kid.
gets his leg broken by Ivan
Yeah.
the Russian Krasinski, a hired thug, and then tries to take revenge, but relocates to Seattle. So I'm guessing that's the only time we see Jean-Claude Van Damme
Yeah.
is in that opening sequence where he breaks some dude's leg and then dips.
Yeah.
I wish we could
From what I
find
could
the
tell.
movie that he played before No Retreat, No Surrender called Monaco Forever,
Mhm.
where
Yeah.
he plays gay karate man.
Yeah.
Find it somewhere.
He's just happy,
Bet.
guys.
I bet.
He's just happy.
He's
karate.
also
But-
the main credited person in that one, and he's on the cover art. And I'm
Right.
pretty sure he's not. Oh, it's only 48 minutes, though.
48.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, we could swap out that other one for something. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Knockoff. That sounds fucking ridiculous. I know I've seen
Rob
it, but I don't
Schneider
remember.
plays a CIA agent who teams up with a fashion designer played by Jean-Claude Van Damme.
But yeah,
100
I am glad that we did it this way because Bloodsport and Kickboxer are they're at the top of the list.
Yeah, top tier.
They're just so fucking good. So yeah.
Honestly, I'm
glad
glad
we
we
did
did
that.
it this way because now so many of these, I don't think I would have had the connection to a lot of these that I have now.
Yeah.
Like from watching them this time, if
Right.
we'd started out with those two, because we'd be like, oh well, everything's kind of crap after that.
Exactly.
Like these are like, I mean, honestly, we started out pretty strong with Hard Target and Sudden
Time
Death
Cop.
and Time
And
Cop.
Time Cop, yeah.
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 Well, Time Cop was the one where I was like, all right, that's the one I know is good.
Yeah.
Like I've
Hard-
seen Time Cop
he's-
a bunch.
That's what's so crazy about this guy's filmography is like he's got some sleepers in there that are like bangers that
Yeah.
people just don't give him credit for in any way because they think he is just
Well,
viewed as a fucking joke.
I think that people, when they approach Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, they've already got a stigma about them that they're gonna
Yeah.
be terrible and dumb and
Yeah.
bad. And it's like, yeah, okay, they're dumb, but that doesn't make them not entertaining and
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, they're fun
Yeah.
as fuck.
Yeah.
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 He's
Like,
great.
okay, so like, yeah, a lot of the times they have some of the fucking most bonkers lines I've ever heard people say.
Yeah.
Just because it's not even like a Jean-Claude thing necessarily. It's just like no one ever figured out how to actually write for him.
Yeah.
I think is the problem.
He
And
was
when
not strong. He was not enough strong to be jailed, bro.
Yeah. There you go.
He just
There
wasn't.
you go.
You know?
Because of his
fucking
big
wasn't.
legs.
Yeah, big legs.
Big legs,
he was
and he knows
not
karate.
It is
Yeah,
karate.
He was
just
not enough strong
enough strong to be jailed.
to be jailed.
What are you gonna do?
What are you
gonna
gonna do? You know?
How do you get more strong to be jail?
They said, Jean-Claude, we need you to be jail. And he's like, I'm not enough strong. So I'm not an Autobot. I can't roll out and become jail. All right. I can do a lot of things in this world. I can
Jean-Claude
split
Van Damme
with the best
become
of them.
jail.
I can roundhouse kick better than anybody. Graceful.
I could
Roundhouse
be a
kick
goalie
jail.
in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can fuck this bathtub full of water better than anyone on earth.
Yeah, and then kick this bucket of rocks like it owes
Yeah.
me money.
Yeah, I'll fucking kick a tiger.
I'll
I don't
not
give a
smoke
shit.
this cigarette. That's how badass
Yeah,
I
I'll
am.
waste cigarettes, bitch.
Honestly,
I'll do
let's
whatever
talk
I
about
want.
let's talk about how
I'll
impressive
surf
it is. He
I'll
smokes
surf a dirt
cigarettes
bike.
and he just let a cigarette burn.
Yeah,
He has an addiction.
Yeah.
That's willpower.
yeah. He'll grow a mullet, punch a rattlesnake
Instantly grow
Yeah.
a mullet.
instantly.
phone.
He'll punch anything, Derek.
Yeah.
Be
He'll
the
not
end
get.
of the series, and it's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's the
Because
second to
we're
last.
still
This
not
right
done.
here. This is the fucking the monologue
Yeah.
that ends this, and we're not.
No.
We're
We're
two
not.
episodes
Because
before.
just like JCVD, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make
No.
a goddamn bit of sense. But
We
he's gonna do
do-
it anyway.
Yeah, say we do have to return to it. Obviously, we'll do the break where we watch
Yeah, something
horror
scary.
movies. I know we wanted to do the Mortal Kombat and Annihilation double feature, and
Good stuff.
some Bernies or whatever. But yeah, I think we do have to do
What do you
that
guys? What do-
and do
what-
another like 3 or 4 episodes of just
Yeah.
whatever's left of Jean-Claude Van
JCVD
Damme
The
movies.
Return.
Yeah,
audience question: is Bernie a body horror movie?
Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at
Weekend at
Bernie's. I don't know if it's body horror, but it's
I love-
definitely a horror comedy.
Yeah,
I'm just seeing the intro of our podcast, fucking horror movies and fucking Creeporama.
Yeah.
And it's like Weekend at Bernie's.
Get at Bernie's.
Hey, look,
Do you see
there's
this guy's ass in this
I would say-
fucking spandex, bro?
Yeah, I would say Weekend at Bernie's is more horror adjacent than
look,
half the
yeah.
shit we've been doing.
look. There's a reason it's called Creeporama. There's the creep, which is the horror stuff, and then there's the O-Rama.
Yeah.
This is thoroughly in the O-Rama side.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Deal with it. Life sucks, okay? I just have to have my time to watch this man do
The entire
splits.
country is falling apart.
Yeah. Whole world shit. It's gone to
Yeah.
shit.
I just want to pretend like it's the 90s
But
for a
you know
little
it's
while.
not gone to shit?
Van Damme.
Van Damme,
Van
baby.
movies.
Van Damme.
movies.
It's true. That's the creep or Rama. The Rama stands for
Yeah.
romance, action, martial arts.
Oh!
So sometimes we talk about creepy movies. Other times it will fall into the Rama.
Yeah. Damn.
We haven't done the romance part
I'm
yet.
so
Yeah. What are you
Yeah,
talking
we'll
about?
get
There's
to
romance
that.
in all these movies.
Yeah.
It's one of the most
Sometimes-
majestic. Yeah.
fictional sex scene in a fictional movie.
Fictional
Double
characters.
Characters. Okay, let's
Well,
end
Yeah,
this
what are these scores?
This shit with
I wanna
some
say-
scores.
yeah.
Maximum Risk probably has the highest
Yeah, that makes
Rotten
sense.
Tomatoes score, but I'm wondering if Double Impact is going to have the highest audience score.
Audience score.
I feel like Double Team is going to have the lowest.
The
for
lowest of both.
Yeah.
Double
Okay,
Team
well,
can have the
there's-
lowest of both, but it's having been revisited. I'm looking at the letterbox for Double Team, and a lot of people are like, "This movie's actually fun
Yeah.
as fuck." I don't know why I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a funny curveball here with Double Team, but let's start
Goddamn.
with Double
Okay.
Impact. Double Impact, we got a 33% tomato meter and a 43% audience score.
Good.
That's a track. That track.
Good.
Critics don't understand twins. That makes sense.
Maximum Risk, you got a 34% tomato meter, so 1%
Wow.
up. And then audience score, 35%,
It's lower
Okay.
than
which
Double
is
Impact.
lower than Double Impact.
You know
So my
why?
theory still
You know why?
holds.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
why? Double the JCVD.
JCVD.
Yeah.
And not in
Double
like,
Impact's-
he's only at the beginning of it. Like,
Dude,
no, the
Double
whole
Impact-
movie, 2 JCVDs.
Yeah, the double
Yeah.
double impacts in the top 5.
Just
So-
because
His
it's,
whole career.
just because it's actually a 5, but with 2 of them, it's a 10.
Exactly.
So Double Team, and you guys help me, back me up on this. There is no Rotten Tomatoes page for it. When you go to it, you get a 404 not found.
What?
Excuse me.
What? That's
yeah.
weird.
So when you search
Scrubbed.
for it, like I see it in the Google search results. You click on it, it goes to a 404 not found page. So on Rotten Tomatoes website,
I got it. Yeah,
I'm getting a 404.
It says
I have it.
Tomato meter is 11.
Oh, it just pulled it up for me now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go ahead. This is your thing. You do it.
I mean, 11%. Yeah, and then 25% audience score.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely lowest of the
we were right.
Honestly, thank God.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it.
11% seems a little rough. Although I'm going to order this DVD from this lovely gentleman in Indiana who is selling Double Team because I need a physical copy of this movie.
Yeah.
Dude, get the VHS.
I think I already own the VHS, but I want one that I can also watch on my big screen.
Yeah.
And I want to know why it's rated R because I don't think it was that graphic.
No.
And I don't remember that much language in it. So why was Double Team rated R?
Do you think?
Is it rated R?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you think it was because of the finger?
No.
Maybe because I mean the critics in the 90s did.
It is rated R.
Sort of start.
That's
maybe
weird.
maybe it was a reaction to the like violence.
Maybe.
Well, because they give
There's
a
a lot
description
of just
here.
straight shooting
Rated
up and
R
down.
for nonstop action violence,
Yeah.
according to
Blood
IMDb.
It says
think-
blood and brutal.
I think a
Many
lot of it is because
shootouts.
of how many fucking people they just fucking. I mean, they don't really show it, which is funny because it's one of the least like showing people get shot movies I've ever seen.
Right.
Which might, you know what? I bet there's an extended version of it where that you actually see people get shot because
Maybe.
there's so many people that would have gotten shot and then it just cuts away.
Right.
That is not a rated R movie.
No.
No, because if you can
not
watch
at all.
most of it on YouTube without any
Yeah.
issues, then there's
Should
nothing
be
like,
good.
unless it's only rated R for
Is there even-
language.
there's not
'cause
even
you can-
nudity in it, is there?
No.
No nudity.
think
I
so.
can't even think
Isn't
of
it-
language.
There's like no, the dance
No,
club is
that-
maximum risk, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes no sense. That's weird. Maybe they just knew.
Maybe they just hate Dennis Rodman.
It might have been back when rated R movies were just what they wanted.
Yeah,
Because there was a brief period there where it was like, no one's going to watch this if it's not a rated R action movie.
Yeah.
So they would just do
for
whatever
sure.
they needed to push that rated R. And then that
Let's make
whole
a
script got flipped,
PG-13
and they're like, we
movie.
need to make a
but
Yeah.
R.
How many
Yeah.
of JCVD's movies have been PG-13? Actually, most of them
Not
got to be R, right?
many.
Probably not
Street
many.
Fighter, yeah, Lionheart R, Kickboxer R, Death Warrant R, Double Team R, Bloodsport R. Target was NC-17 originally,
That's sick.
which I want to see that cut. Nowhere to
Yeah.
Run,
Yeah.
Universal Soldier, Sudden Death, Time Cop.
And it's
The
mostly
Quest,
it's mostly because of
I think the questies
probably
with
the
kid.
sex scenes. Because everyone.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He
most of
does
these-
like to include a sex scene somewhere in there.
Yeah. Yep.
But Double Team doesn't have one.
No.
Which I'm
no.
honestly kind of hella surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
out of all of
yeah.
them, that movie feels like the most to just insert a forced sex scene.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, let's
Be
let
very
him
horny.
change
Him
that.
and
I just
Rodman.
broke out of the colony. Now I'm going to grab one of these.
One of these
Babe,
Dennis
I'm gonna fuck
Rodman's.
Dennis Rodman.
They did get the Razzie for worst on-screen couple that year.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Minions, The Rise of Gru, where he plays the voice of Jean-Claude, the crab.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's PG.
In fact,
It
he
is?
fucked Dennis Rodman and Minions too.
Oh. Bro, if JCVD fucked Dennis Rodman and the Minions, now that's a meme.
That's a meme. That's a meme.
Oh, man.
This guy's getting it everywhere.
Oh, and he was in Kung Fu
Can't
Panda
stop.
3. I forgot he does all this voice work now.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good on him.
And nothing has, I can't think of anything that's really come out fucked up about him, which honestly, I'm still surprised by.
Well, outside of his fucking shitty, questionable behavior and around the Street Fighter era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, but
He was a coked up
He was a
fucking ego machine.
dickhead for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But
For sure.
like nothing crazy like, yo, fuck this guy. I don't want anything to do with him ever again.
Nothing that I know
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
I don't think he's on the Epstein flight logs.
Right. I don't think it's anything.
Well, I
that
don't
happened.
we're not gonna know because they keep redacting him.
Right. Right. But yeah, like I feel bad.
No, dude.
That's where they were gonna film the colony scenes, and then he was like, "No, I've got this timeshare. I need to know."
Man, yeah, I hope not. Because we just spent fucking 5 weeks talking about this dude. So,
Yeah, that would be upsetting.
Yeah, it would be really shitty if someone waited till the final episode to drop some link in the comments. It was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, and then again, obviously, hopefully he's not, since he's doing kids animated movies.
Yeah, that's the other thing is he's taken a different trajectory than all the other ones.
Yeah,
well, not all of the other ones, but like I mean, one of them became fucking governor, so
fair.
Yeah,
but like,
and the other one is fucking lunatic.
Wait, which one is that? Steven Seagal?
Oh no, I was gonna say Stallone, but
yeah, him too.
Yeah.
It's just different levels of lunatic at this point.
Yeah.
But Stallone's got a fun reality show on Paramount Plus, though.
Does he?
Daughters? Gotcha.
Yeah. No, Jean-Claude Van Damme. I also think he, which if we later on when we watch JCVD, he talks about how regretful he is of what kind of a person he was in the 90s.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
I think there's also that nuance where it's like you realized you were a dick and now you're trying to like do better.
I think a lot of it is the same thing that Stephen King had, where like you just did so much fucking cocaine.
Yeah.
You just lost your goddamn mind.
Well, and the entire world was telling you that you were an absolute goddamn superstar and that you were like,
and also there has to be a weird disconnect because the whole world is telling you you're one of the sexiest people alive, you're such a badass. First off,
true.
This is true.
Well,
facts.
He's
women want to be with you, men want to be with you,
right?
Facts.
And it all goes to his head, and then he's on cocaine, and it's just like, of course he's gonna fucking start.
But then at the exact same time, flip side of that, the industry treats him like a joke and doesn't give him that's actual good, roles
like every
to go
movie
after.
that he's in, he's like, you're all telling me that I'm great and then I'm badass and then I'm kicking ass and I'm in some of the most popular films at the time. And
but
then
he's
like
the fourth one they go to.
And he's the fourth one they go to. Every fucking movie that comes out, he's getting fucking 11% on the tomato meter and shit, which I know didn't but like the critics are all fucking with him. The fans are telling him one thing, and some of the fans then are flipping up on you too. Like, dude, it's gotta be crazy.
Yeah, no wonder the dude turned to the stuff that he did.
Yeah,
life's a roller coaster. It's full of splits.
Life is a highway. JCVD's.
You guys gotta watch Jean-Claude Van Johnson though, because that's
I gotta get to that.
Super funny, self-deprecating, and I followed. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I follow one of the creators of the show is a comic writer that I was a fan of, and so I knew about it as soon as it got announced because he was posting it on his channels that he was doing this movie or this show, and I was like, oh fuck, dude, I love this writer. He's really funny. This idea sounds amazing, and it's Jean-Claude Van Damme. Perfect. And from what I remember, all he had was glowing things to say about working with Jean-Claude now. Was that it was just super fun, and he had a great sense of humor because the whole show he's just making fun of himself. So
awesome.
Yeah,
I remember I watched like the first episode of it, maybe part of the first episode, and it wasn't doing it for me. But also, I hadn't watched many of his movies for a long time.
Yeah.
So now I'll fucking appreciate.
Now you're ready.
Right. Yeah.
This was all prep work just for me to watch that.
Yeah. Now you're ready to take all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take all.
After spending 5 or 6 weeks of watching his movies, now I'll watch more of his shit.
Yeah. And take it.
That's good. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Take it all
watching.
Take it all in.
Every bit of it.
So hard.
So hard.
So hard. So hard.